good teeth. But anyway,
Yeah, he's got
Shiz, you've got a game, right?
I was gonna say, do you want to play the last? Well,
I want to play.
Yeah, let's play the last game.
we'll play the last game.
Might as well. Let's go, Big Kyle. Smokey and the Bandit.
So, Wings, you didn't finish the hot sauce, right? You drank 2/3 of it.
2/3.
That's a point.
It does.
That's 2/3 of a point.
All
No,
right.
that's a full point.
I have to wrap soon.
All right.
Hope
well,
has a
then-
play tonight.
Let's get through this game.
Well,
and
then let's
call it a
we'll
day.
conclude maybe on this game. We'll see how it
Okay.
how it fares out with everyone. Let me find my prompts. Let me get my timer going. Now this game is similar to the back and forth hot potato game where you made a story, where you were answering a question. All right. And we know who fared well in that. You know, I'm trying to be nice about this. Anyway, I'm going to give you a person, a place, and a genre of movie. You need to pitch me what this movie is. What's going on? Sell
Okay.
me a movie with the three things, okay? Now, I'm going to get... One of you is going to start, and when I say the other person's name, you're going to switch over to your partner, and they have to pick up the story from there and try to be... You know, the goal is to pitch a movie to me, okay?
It's more
I
than
like
one
it.
word, right?
Yeah, you're just gonna spit as much as you can. You have to cover the three things. You know, the person,
Every
the
time?
setting. No, I'm just saying you have to have that in your
Okay,
film
okay, I
pitch.
got you.
And just one last question. The teams will have different concepts, right? It's not like we're going to do it and then they'll do the same one.
Right.
Got it.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we started the last one, so let's let Kyle and
Okay.
Wing-
Bring it
Okay,
on.
so you're telling me you're going to give me a person, a genre, and a
The
place.
setting. Yeah.
So you're going to give that to me, and then
Yeah.
I am going to describe the movie that.
Yep. You're pitching a movie to me. I'm giving you three things.
So
to make
each of
the
us
movie.
does. It doesn't. It's
Can we
not
get
a team
can we
effort
get an
between
example?
No.
Let's
No,
get an example.
during your
This
description,
is really
Kyle,
simple.
he's going to say Jordy, and then they'll switch.
Cool.
So he'll pick up from where
Right.
you stopped.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Woody and Taylor because I think they've got this down. They understand the concept, and it'll be your example. You get a minute, all right? Remember when I say the other person's name, stop and switch to them. They have to pick up, all right? So these are your prompts. The person is Batman. The place is Patty's Pub, and it's a rom-com. It's a romantic comedy featuring Batman at Patty's Pub. Let's start with Woody on this one.
Wait, give me a second.
Okay. Well, you get 10 seconds.
What is
All right.
Patty's Pub?
it's from It's Always Sunny.
Just setting you know it's always sunny. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Begin.
All right, so Batman becomes a regular at Patty's Pub, and D is obviously throwing at himself again and again and again until the gang starts to question Batman's sexuality. They
Taylor.
This whole time that it's going on, Dennis has become infuriated that Charlie and Mac are more obsessed with Batman than him. He gets really, really into himself and decides that he really is the best and he's better than Batman. He starts
Woody.
dressing up all around.
So they're dressing up, and the tests that they run to test Batman's sexuality are actually being tested against the who do you say was it?
Dennis.
Dennis. And Dennis starts failing the test. They prove that Batman is gay and therefore doesn't like D.
Taylor.
Now, it culminates when a night of blackout drinking, Dee throws herself one final time at Dennis. Dennis, not realizing it's her, just embraces his Batman machismo, and they have an incest
Woody.
baby.
And they have incest and scene.
All right.
We are still going to fail this guy.
Not bad. Not bad. Took some turns on that little journey. You pitched a movie. What's the name of your movie?
Come
D
back-
does Dallas.
Yeah.
No, Dennis does Dallas, right?
Yeah. Yep, it's good.
Wow, that was impressive. You guys really understood how to play that game. All
It's
right.
not hard.
We'll see.
Little douchey, Taylor. All right. So, Wings and Kyle, these are yours. The person is Gordon Ramsay, you know, from Hell's Kitchen and all
Yeah.
that shit, you know, British guy. Adam McDonald's, and it is
Who is that?
I didn't hear
A
that- I didn't hear
McDonald's,
that.
the location, the restaurant McDonald's.
Adam McDonald.
Oh, Adam McDonald. I thought he said
Yeah.
Adam.
And it is a horror / psychological thriller. So we've got Gordon Ramsay in a McDonald's, and it's a horror psychological thriller.
Let me start this one.
60 seconds on the clock. We are starting with Shorty.
Gordon Ramsay is going in to do a show of kitchen nightmares. And inside the kitchen nightmares, he's going to do a sleepover at the McDonald's.
Kyle.
Kind of like a sit-in.
But as soon as he gets there, he realizes the manager is not what he seems. He thought this guy was just an incompetent cook, but it turns out there's a little bit more than French fries and burgers being sold at McDonald's these
Jordy.
days.
When he opens the freezer, he finds vials of green stuff lined around the coolers. He also sees a very unmessy cooler, which he's upset about. So what he does is he takes the vial and brings it to the manager to try to get his opinion on them.
Kyle.
The manager immediately injects Gordon with something from a needle and takes him prisoner. Then he explains his entire story. He's been reanimating the bodies of McDonald's workers in the backs with the green with the.
And the bodies of the McDonald's workers, they actually start sprouting out plants, and the plants actually are cocoons for goblins that actually made to rule the world.
So Gordon Ramsay, with the help of the fry cook, takes on the goblin.
Your time is up. Give me the name of your movie.
Hang on a second.
Goblins.
Plant Nightmares?
Goblin.
Planter's Nightmare? I don't know.
McGoblin.
Neil Bog.
I thought ours was better.
Yeah. You know, what are you gonna do?
There are plants in yours. And...
I don't know where the plants came from. I really just wanted to have reanimate dead bodies in the cooler.
Well, I was going for the Soylent Green thing, and then I'm like, you know, we need a twist in this movie. We need to be like M. Night Shyamalan.
No, I like Kyle's
the shit he injects into it makes plant people.
M. Night
I
Shyamalan
changed
and
the
plant
entire
movies, you just can't do anything but excellence.
If you guys are watching this on YouTube, go back and watch near the end of when Shorty was doing his description. You see the cocoon thing, and Kyle's eyebrows raised, like, all right, well, where's it going from here? And then the goblin things happen, and immediately he looks distraught. I'm like, oh, it's been shattered.
Threw it away.
He's like, I don't come back from this.
I wanted to make it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets McDonald's, and Gordon Ramsay's there, you know, and Gordon Ramsay was going to become a superhero.
Right.
They were going to inject him with the thing, make him like tell him their whole evil plan, chop off his hand, but he was going to come back, fight him off, have a cleaver as a hand, and he was going to save the day. But you know,
No, what Wings added in that whole movie you guys made together, I'd greenlight that shit right there. It had plants and goblins and people growing.
the shit that gets greenlit is shocking. We were watching.
Oh, by the way,
I was
points go to Team Soft Serve.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
We accept.
Yeah.
I was watching Hulu Plus last night, and an ad came on for this comedy on Fox, and it's got who's that guy that played Uncle Jesse and Joey Lawrence?
No, Uncle Jesse. Not Dave Coulier. That's
John Stamos?
John Stamos.
Joe Stamos,
It's got John Stamos.
I thought Dukes
as,
of
like,
Hazzard's
grand-
Uncle Jesse. Carry on.
It's got John Stamos as like a grandfather in like a modern like comedy scenario, and I was like, what a bullshit show! Like, who greenlit that? I was like, and my girlfriend was like, well, you come up with a better show, and I literally took 5 seconds and I went, all right. So John Stamos is a PTSD counselor, and every week he gets a new soldier from overseas who comes in and he solves their problems. First week, he's got a woman who's got PTSD and she can't talk about what happened. But it turns out that her superior officer, who's been buddy-buddy with her the whole time and super supportive, actually sexually assaulted her. And I just kept going.
Inside a
about
shipping
5
container.
Sure, why not? It was just the shit that's on network television is so bad.
And her feet are turnips.
Yeah.
When you had to have a war helmet, you had gay Batman.
They did have gay Batman.
We had to add horror thriller in there.
It was a rom-com, man.
Yeah, that was tough. I think a rom-com is harder to set up than a horror.
Yeah,
Kyle was really going somewhere. That's why I was like, we gotta switch this right now and make it interesting. And it got interesting real quick. Score is 10-7. We can do another one of those if you
Does it
want.
even matter?
Doesn't
I
matter.
would be willing to do another one.
Doesn't matter. How does it not
Yeah,
matter?
let me lead
Because
off. Give me
it would be
give me-
10-8 otherwise. That's
I'm making this one worth 5 fucking points. It's the last
Oh,
game
shit.
of the fucking night.
a
Oh.
supersized
fair.
one.
Let's.
Yeah, it is.
It's not fair. Excuse me. Why don't you enable your camera for all of us so we can see each other
I've
having
been
beer?
going back and forth. I would take that free point if I could.
Chiz obviously did not give him. You did obviously not give him access to his camera.
Let's start the whole call. Let's just to see if we can
Okay.
get it. All right. I'll be right back. All right, Wings cameras. So Wings camera's working. Kyle's is working. And last time Chiz's came like a Chiz is here now for me, and then
Still
there's
not me.
Taylor. I don't know.
I
No,
think the
Taylor,
root
you
of this
can see
problem-
yours in the bottom center.
Yeah, mine's working perfectly.
It's got to
I
be
think the root of
bandwidth.
this problem is why are you using the built-in laptop mic?
I think it's bandwidth. I'm not sure, but
The built-in laptop camera, not the mic.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't have a giant
connections.
setup.
Okay.
But
So I was hoping that would work, but we don't have another plan.
well,
So-
oh well, we'll have to do well on this because we don't get a free point.
We're
right.
doing this again.
All right, give me a person. Give me the deal.
All right,
Give me
well,
the 3.
interesting. Kyle's camera just went away even though it was here.
I think it's bandwidth
still see
too.
Okay.
He was really pixelated.
You're back. All right. Really washed out. Gonna give this one to Kyle and Wings first because you did lose the last one. Now, this is an interesting one, so you really got to own it. Vladimir Putin in a shoe shop.
Who?
Vladimir
Vladimir
Putin.
Okay.
Okay. In a shoe shop, and it's an inspirational coming from behind sports movie.
Oh my God,
Okay.
it's great.
So Vladimir Putin used to
Wait.
work.
Oh, hold on. I didn't start the time. I just wanted to give you your prompts. All right. We'll start now with Kyle. 1 minute on the clock.
Vladimir Putin gets kicked out of office and disgraced. He goes back to his roots. His father used to work with prosthetics. So with his combined knowledge of prosthetics and cobblery,
Wings.
he starts.
He starts wrestling fucking bears. I don't know.
Kyle.
He starts up a shoe store that makes shoes for the handicapped. They're actually mine victims from all the evil that he'd done back in the day, shipping all those weapons overseas. So now he's making shoes for these mine
Wings.
victims.
I don't get how this is tying into sports at all.
It's
Keep
not a
going.
sports thing. It's an inspirational.
Oh my god, we suck. I suck.
Kyle.
I suck.
He meets a young
Kyle.
boy. He meets a young boy from Iran who his forces had actually caused to lose his feet. He makes him a special pair of shoes, and the boy is once again able to play soccer. He plays for the Iranian national team, and they win gold.
What's the name of the movie?
What's the name of the movie?
Whose shoes?
Shoe in Putin. Or Putin's a shoe in. I don't know.
You don't get to help come up with
It's called The Cobbler 2. Putin's in charge.
Oh my god. It might be a better movie than The Cobbler. All right.
Putin
Woody
2,
and Taylor.
Cobbler,
Let's see if you can
Boogaloo.
beat that one. This is Charlie Day.
Wait.
All right.
Oh, from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No, remember this is not Charlie Kelly. It's Charlie Day.
I
All right.
but help me. It is
Well, one's
this.
yeah, it's the
Okay.
guy.
Well, I said from Always, but
You wanna
okay.
give us some-
But I'm
somebody
not. I'm
else, so
saying
we're not
it's
using-
the actor, not his character.
Thank you. Okay.
So Charlie Day in an ice cream truck, and it's a psychological thriller. All right.
I need a moment.
Well, I'm going to start with Taylor.
Here,
so
do you
you're
want to
gonna
give
have
us a different actor so we don't feel like we're being derivative of the last one we did?
It's Tom Hanks in an ice cream truck, and it's a psychological thriller. Okay. I'm going to start with Taylor. 60 seconds on the clock, starting now.
All right. So Tom Hanks is a guy down on his luck. He decides that he's going to invest in an ice cream truck because that's all that's ever made him happy is making kids a little smile in their day. While he's doing this, he comes
Woody.
across a vagabond.
And he decides to take that vagabond in as a partnership. They go from suburb neighborhood to suburb neighborhood. Tom Hanks with the intention of just delivering ice cream, but the vagabond has more sinister intentions.
One evening, Tom decides that since he's not feeling well, he'll give the vagabond full control of the truck. When he goes to meet him the next morning at their usual
Woody.
location,
The ice cream has been replaced with an unidentifiable frozen goo. The frozen goo was actually customers. It's been reported in the news that there's missing children, and Tom Hanks starts to make 1 and 1 equal 2.
Taylor.
the vagabond at this point convinces Tom through some manipulation to just come with him and he could show everything was all right. They arrive at a warehouse outside the city. Tom Hanks walks out, at which point the vagabond shuts the door.
That's it. That's your movie. Cliffhanger. All right.
And you call it soft serve hard luck.
I'll take it.
That's
That
good.
was once again pretty good. I did start to notice you felt like you knew when I was going to change between people, and you noticed it didn't, and hung it on you a bit there, Woody.
I was trying to prompt you to do changes.
You're like, and pause. I'm done. Taylor, pick it up from here. And you're like, and the goo is people.
That's where I fucking
Real
Kyle,
direct.
he'd always change like in the middle of an idea, and I was like,
No,
where the
that's
fuck was
the
Kyle
point.
going with this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
well,
you have to be listening to what Kyle's saying too. Like you could have picked
Well,
it
I also
up.
feel like me and Woody had a good, chemistry there. Of when I included the Vagabond thing.
'Cause
at the
I
end of my
first
first
thought that-
one, he knew exactly where to go.
Like when you said that, when you gave the prompts, I thought it had to be a sports comeback story that had involved Vladimir Putin.
And bears.
So like I was creating my own thing.
that
And,
was
like,
an
Kyle's
adjustment
talking
for
about
me,
shoes.
Taylor.
I'm like,
Tom
oh,
Hanks
shit.
was my bad guy.
He was in the shoe
Then
shop.
the Vagabond came
In the
along.
shoe
I'm like,
shop.
fuck.
Like, he had to be there.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
the shoe shop could have been a small section of it. Like he
It's
could be like
inspirational.
for his like for his
The
like TV
whole
building
story
back.
It was
has
an
to take place
inspirational
inside
coming
the
from
school.
behind movie.
All right.
The movie all takes place in the shoe shop.
So what's the
Inside a bear
final
shoe shop.
score?
Oh, you guys won. So whatever the points don't matter.
12-7, something like that.
1,000-7.
Oh, it was a 5-point thing. It doesn't matter, but
Well, I just said
What
1,000-7.
a
It
blowout.
doesn't matter. You
there
guys,
you go.
Improv. You two could go on the road together. Kyle, you could join them.
We could make dozens of quarters.
You know
with our
what? We should
talent.
start a podcast.
I think this would be fun if it weren't competitive and it was just all of us taking the story like one after another and seeing where it gets to. That'd be kind of a fun
We'll do
thing
that
maybe
next
for some other
episode.
time.
I thought that was
Yeah.
really fun too.
All
Yeah, I
right.
like that.
Well,
All right.
they are